Dear friends, good evening, and we are back again with part 3 with our expert on the show and why we are discussing communication with children. The reason is just think right now, how did you fall in love? आप पहली बार मोहब्बत में कैसे आए थे with the person? It was just because of the love experience in the communication and the powerful connect you felt with that language, with that communication. आप अपने बच्चे से कैसे कनेक्ट करेंगे अभी? दैट इज ऑल कम्युनिकेशन which certainly we require a coach. And friends, we are really privileged to have with us an expert. We have Meeta Mathur with us, who is a life coach. You have heard her before last 2 sessions. She is also a communication coach and she is an NLP expert. NLP, which she is bringing to all of us so simply to our houses, and we are recording the session for the benefit of all. Henceforth, we are also giving you PDFs, the pointers, because our intention together, this teaming up, is so that this reaches you, and this reaches you so simply, easily, rightly. So, last 2 sessions we saw how to communicate effectively with our children, how to develop resilience in them, how to really connect with them strongly, powerfully, also giving them an experience that they are great, they are loved, they are full of like limitless possibilities. So friends, quickly, because we have kept these understanding that your time is very precious. I know this fact that today money, more than money, the time is precious. So quickly, I will actually take you through a very important topic which my friend Meeta suggested, that this is something that in the part 3 we have to talk about it. This is the art of questioning. And friends, very simply I will tell you here, just giving solutions to anyone or our children doesn't make that impact. When we raise the right questions with ourselves, with others, especially the little ones and the teenagers and the young adults, it creates in them a curiosity and they create their life more powerfully. And that is what we want. We want them to be powerful. We want them to be creative. We want them to be really in communication with us, that they are whatever they are doing in life. So here, Meeta, you said, first of all, why is this asking art of questioning is important in parenting? This is one thought which is coming in my mind. And why do you say that it is a lost art? This is my second thing which is coming in my mind. So please take us through. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Nahi. Thank you so much for having me for the third time in your session. Communication is a very, very important part of our life. Nahid, I really totally appreciate your initiative of giving small bite-sized information to all the parents out there, and so that they can easily understand and digest it. It is really commendable. Thank you so much, Nahid. So, coming to communication and coming to the topic today, art of asking questions. Uh, the answers we get, the answers we get are consequences of the questions we ask. Asking means we want to learn. Asking means that we want to be in our children's lives. It deepens our understanding of our child's inner world. It provides solution to problems or issues that the child might be facing. It improves our relationships with them. It creates a bonding with our children. It gives the children a self-confidence and some self-esteem. So asking questions, Nahid, is a very, very important part of parenting. So yes, asking question is like going into a submarine. Now, going into a submarine may be very challenging. It could be uncomfortable, but as you go deeper and deeper, you get to find so many things that are deep within your child, and you understand and learn their inner worlds. So, Nahid, it's been proven by research that till the age of 4, a child asks around 400 questions a day. You know, this young fellow, my son Aditya, we used to call him SC Mathur, Sawal Chand Mathur, because he used to ask so many questions. It used to be maddening. You know, this Sawal Chand used to ask any question, any question. And, but, you know, as you grow older, a person of my age would ask about 4 or 5 questions a day. Can you imagine why is that? Maybe they feel, maybe we feel that we know everything, or maybe we are too scared to acknowledge or confess that we know nothing. It is, you know, that I would say it may be your ego, or it could be the fear of being judged. So we do not ask questions. Now, asking questions on both the sides, the child and the parent, is very, very crucial to any kind of bonding or any. See, I'm a professional coach, trainer. So when I do corporate, so many people, so many leaders and CEOs, neither they're not getting answers to our brainstorming sessions. They're not getting answers to the questions they ask. Now, I sometimes get very, you know, I feel bad to tell maybe you're not asking the right question. Now, as it's a duty to just within the child. The child, if we just ask any question, because we are raising future leaders and future CEOs of the country. So it is our duty that we ask to understand, we ask to get comfortable in asking questions, and we allow and we encourage our kids to ask a lot of questions. Because questions create values. It creates a conversation, creates a healthy atmosphere, a culture in our house, in our families, in our firms and companies that can, you know, have a healthy growth everywhere. So, as a professional coach, I think the biggest tactics or biggest arrow in my arsenal was the ability to ask probing and engaging questions so that I can go into the crux of the problem. So I feel that is the most important part of our sessions.
Right. So, Meeta, here there are, I would like to acknowledge Himani is here, Shikha is there, Mr. Vijay, Nisha, all of them are there. And we have 16 people right now, and many would be viewing again this recording. So, please, I would like everyone to ask a question so that valid question, that important thing which you are dealing now can be addressed on this platform, so that then this would become more fun, and it would be real empowerment. Yeah, real empowerment. You know, you coaching them right on the on the court. So yeah, Preeti Das, hello. So I would like everybody to please ask us questions. I have dropped the request also. Meeta, till the time they are asking us any question, I am like, I want to please take me further into the communication model or your NLP model of meta model, what you are saying.
Yeah. Yes. So, Nahid, as I mentioned to earlier, meta model, it is a very beautiful tool in the NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming science. It is a set, very simply, I will explain in a simple language. It is a set of questions that are designed to get, you know, specific instructions or specific information. It expands the limit of a person's model of the world. See, I'll tell you what happens, Nahid, is that each of us is exposed to millions of mental stimulus every time, which we are gathering through our 5 senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. So there's so much that we are gathering. But our view, both of us, we will differ from the view. You know, हम दोनों को अलग लगेगा हर एक चीज. हम कुछ देख रहे हैं और आप कुछ समझ रहे हैं, मैं कुछ और समझ रही हूँ. ये कैसे होता है? Why is this happening? That the same people have the same external stimuli, but their internal representation is totally different. This happens because our mind has the ability to internalize in a manner in which in NLP we say that we distort, delete, or generalize the information. What happens is because this eventually all this distortion and generalization becomes our language that we are speaking to each other and we are speaking in our minds. So language is a translation of your mental state into words. So there's an unconscious process. We are not doing it knowingly. We are not deleting or distorting knowingly. But we delete some crucial information. We distort, like we assume, or the structural language may be different. Then we generalize. We make it universal, or what should I? It's an absolute statement. It becomes an absolute statement. So these information that we are gathering becomes totally different in the internal words. Now, this changes our perception. And as coaches or as parents, it is our duty to interpret all these distortions, generalization that is happening. So that is metamorphy. Like, for example, I give you that your child might come and say to you, "You don't like me. You never like me. You don't love me." So हम लोग एकदम से हो जाते हैं, "Oh my God, my child is going into something." But if you are an NLP expert, understand metamorphosis, you will just simply ask, Hamita, so why do you feel that I don't like you? How can you say that I don't like you? So there we'll get answers. Sometimes, there is a lot of presumption. If my mother knew her suffering, she would never do like that. There's so much presumption. That, for example, mother is doing an activity which makes him suffer. Second presumption is that the child is suffering. Third presumption is that the mother does not know. So these kind of अच्छा एक बहुत अच्छा example देती हूँ. I had a client where there was a mother and daughter conflict, and the daughter says she's very young, she's 6-7 years old. My mother does not love me. She does not love me at all. So what would a parent do? तो पेरेंट क्या करेगा? उसको हक करेगा, किस करेगा, चॉकलेट लाएगा, आइसक्रीम लाएगा, I love you so much. But so we asked her, okay, so why would you say, why do you say like this, that your mother does not love you? What are the things that you feel that she doesn't love you? क्या निकल के आया? Nahi, you laugh at it. She says, जब पापा आते हैं ऑफिस से, तो वो उनके लिए पानी का ग्लास लेके आती है, उनका बैग उठा के जगह पे रखती है, फिर उनसे चाय पूछती है, और जब मैं स्कूल से आती तो मुझे बैग जगह पे रखो, जूते जगह पे रखो. So she doesn't love me. So what happens is these are presumptions a child goes through.
Right.
So
right.
this is, if I had not asked that question, perhaps it would grow up into a big thing in her mind that my mother does not love me. And it was such a tiny thing. So asking questions, asking the right question, asking a purposeful question is very important. So I'll give you some examples. Like, yeah, tell me.
So here one of our audience is asking the same question which you are going to answer. Simant Vijay ji is asking, maybe these days due to internet self-learning is so in, so probably asking question has died. So how to ask a question? He's asking.
Yeah, Simant, what I'm saying is that for a relationship, any relationship, whether it is a parent-child or a sibling or a husband-wife relationship, your questions that are in your mind, the supposition or the generalization that you're doing in your mind cannot be answered by Google. Google हर चीज आंसर दे सकते हैं, आपको पैसे से दे सकते हैं, आपका क्या चल रहा है, रिलेशन में चल रहा है, उसके क्वेश्चंस आपको ही पूछते हैं. और कई बार क्वेश्चंस हैं वो फीलिंग्स और इमोशंस से ही रिलेटेड होते हैं. ये पैसे फिगर्स क्वेश्चन नहीं है जो कि गूगल पर आंसर कर सकते हैं. तो ये एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट मेमोरी मसल बोल लीजिए या मेंटल मसल बोल लीजिए, जो कि हमें ग्रो करनी पड़ती है. जैसे हमने उस दिन आउट ऑफ लिस्टिंग की बात करी थी, उसी तरह आउट ऑफ आस्किंग प्रॉपर पर्पसफुल पावरफुल क्वेश्चंस की बात है कि आपको ये विदाउट जजिंग, जैसे आपको बच्चा बोल रहा है विदाउट जजिंग और रिएक्टिंग to respond.
So we can't hear you properly. Meeta, we can't hear you properly. Yeah, now
is that okay now?
Yes.
So I'll just hold this like this.
Yes. Yeah, please.
क्या होता है कि पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं कि शी इज अ बेटर पर्सन. नाउ यहाँ पे देखिए कितना बड़ा डिस्टॉर्शन है. डिलीट ही कर दिया कि किससे बेहतर, कंपेयर टू व्हाट, कंपेयर टू whom. So better at what, better to whom, किस डिग्री में क्या बात हो रही है. So पूरी चीज ही डिलीट कर दी है. So if I don't ask a question like that to my client, who are you comparing this person with? At what level? At what art, science? What are you comparing it? So you'll never get a proper answer. So complete information generation के लिए एक बहुत important नाहिद important factor ये है कि आप एक purposeful questions पूछिए.
Yes, you said purposeful question. Yes, right. So, Meeta, one more thing, like how can
हाँ जी.
we improve ourselves, because individually, and what you have just mentioned is tip of the iceberg. हम ऊपर की प्रॉब्लम
Right.
देख रहे हैं, उसके नीचे का जो आइसबर्ग जैसे बहुत बड़ा होता है, उसके नीचे क्यों, वाई द पर्सन इज फीलिंग दैट वे और रेजिंग दैट क्वेश्चन, उसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग से, उसकी लिसनिंग से देन आवर क्वेश्चन विल कम. Right? Am I right? This is the way how I have to.
Very true. कि एक छोटा सेंटेंस उसके पीछे इतना बड़ा आइसबर्ग, उसकी इतनी बड़ी इतनी सारी बातें हैं, वो सब छुपी हैं हमसे. सो उस आइसबर्ग को हमें निकालना है, समझना है, उसके लिए क्वेश्चनिंग बहुत जरूरी है. ना ही तो किसी जॉब में जाइए, जैसे लॉयर्स, डॉक्टर, थेरेपिस्ट या इन्वेस्टिगेटर्स को छोड़ के और किसी भी जॉब में कम्युनिकेशन में आर्ट ऑफ क्वेश्चनिंग नहीं सिखाया. So, for me, being a professional communication coach, where I train and teach, very passionate about communication to interviewers, to public speakers, CEOs.
Your voice is again breaking.
So I always talk to them, ask more open-ended questions. Don't ask yes or no questions. Ask them questions where they are able to elaborate on their emotions and feelings. Yes. See, all relationships are based on emotions. We are all emotional people. Yes. So हमें ये जानना है कि हमें क्वेश्चन की फील्स पूछने है ना, हमें पूछना है. इंसाइटफुल रिस्पॉन्सेज मिलेंगे आपको, इतने अनएक्सपेक्टेड रिस्पॉन्सेज मिलेंगे व्हेन यू आस्क ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चंस. एंड आल्सो हैव अ फॉलो अप क्वेश्चन. You have asked a question, and then the follow-up question will show that you are so interested, you are engrossed in the topic. It's not something that you just asked out of curiosity. It's something that you actually want to know. So another thing I teach is that of strategic silence. जैसे art of listening सिखाना पड़ता है या art of questioning सिखानी पड़ती है. So
strategic silence.
Yes, just be quiet. You know, when a person is explaining or talking, answering your question, just be quiet. So to fill up that silence, you know, there'll be some unexpected, there'll be something so unique that will come up through their conversation, जो आप सोच भी नहीं सकते. So that, and मैंने ना experience से सीखा. The pauses, the silence is so important. It is, in fact, as important as communication. So वो है एक बहुत बड़ी बात. आपकी जो टोन है, इंटोनेशन है, वॉल्यूम है, आपके जेस्चर्स, पॉस्चर्स हैं, अगेन दैट I spoke in the first part of this communication series is obviously to be looked into in this time also when asking a question. So it should not look like an interrogation. Nobody would be interested in an interrogation. They'll be back. They'll be so scared कि मम्मा डांट तो नहीं देगी, कोई punishment तो नहीं मिल जाएगा. So interrogation नहीं होनी चाहिए. I will say कि आप अपने questions की ना करिए. आप अपना जब आप क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं तो आप अपना फोन साइलेंट पे रखिए, आप मल्टीटास्किंग नहीं करिए. सो दीज आर सम इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स, यू नो, जैसे मैंने कॉन्टैक्ट, बॉडी लैंग्वेज पूरा होना चाहिए. नहीं, आई टू आई कॉन्टैक्ट में मैं नहीं देख, बहुत अच्छा आपको एक देती हूँ. दिस आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड दैट व्हेन यू आर आस्किंग अ क्वेश्चन, अ प्रोबिंग क्वेश्चन टू योर चाइल्ड, you know, if you're in the car, like I have had some major breakthroughs when I'm driving and I have my child there and I'm talking to the child. We're not in eye to eye. It doesn't look like introduction, and my expressions are not seen by the child, and I can't see child as well. So उसमें कोई फोन, हाँ, उसमें कोई फोन नहीं आ रहा है, उसमें कोई you know, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. There is no input happening. So that is something that I really had a breakthrough at that time. So that is something I'm sharing with you.
So Nisha ji is saying yes, true. Nisha Chaudhary, our friend, our loved one.
Yes.
Yes, so true. We must give space to our kids to ask questions. Pratima Pokharna is asking for some clarity issue. So I will request her to please write more so that we can address that. And Beena Javeria, our friend, our sweet friend, she, thank you so much that you are here. And she's saying, I think asking meaningful question is the cornerstone of learning and living. Yes, Beena, you are right. And I will repeat what we said last time and in Meeta Mathur's discussion, that words or the are just 7%. It is more than 50%, which is the body language when we are communicating, and it is 38%, which is our tone. And the communication again has 3 parts, as Meeta was explaining us, but just summarizing that this is communication to the world. The step 1 is this. The number 2 step is communication with our own self. And here the pitfall is, because nobody has taught, aapko, Beena ko, Pratima, Nisha, Preeti Das, nobody has taught us communication with ourself. So this is an area where you require mentoring, coaching, experts like Meeta Mathur who are communication coaches and who are NLP practitioners. And just knowing will makes no difference. हमको पता होता है वजन कैसे कम करना है, लेकिन कितने लोगों का वजन कम हो जाता है. It is just when you take the hand hold of a mentor who walks with you through. So Meeta Mathur is like a mentor. So people who are interested, the idea is this talk, of course, we are giving pointers and heartily we both want that transformation. Transformation से मेरा मतलब है आपके पास ये चीज़ें हमेशा के लिए रहें, ये सिर्फ आज के सेशन के लिए नहीं हो. You get something and you work on it and it is there with you for a lifetime. But another invitation is that this is an area like let us take advantage and of our Meeta being with us, who is so trained in this and her modules. So I'm also learning so much. So anything lastly you want to, it's 22 minutes. So anything you, in 1 minute you want to close the session. Thank you and love you all. Abha Garg.
The only thing I want to say is...
Abha Garg, just 1 minute, Abha Garg is saying it is very necessary to be careful while talking to kids. Yes, Abha, very true.
Last, as you asked me to say last words, मैं कहती हूँ कि बच्चे बन जाइए, बहुत सारे questions पूछिए, बहुत सारी gaining होगी इससे. तो हमारे बच्चे, जो हमारे अंदर एक छोटा सा बच्चा है, उसको please आने दीजिए and ask lots of meaningful, purposeful questions. Thank you, Nahi. Thank you again
Meeta,
for having me.
Thank you so much. And thank you for the people who are listening and
dear audience,
so
thank you so
Heartfelt
much for being here. Yes.